An Alabama chiropractor named Brian Mann has been charged with trying to kill his wife with lead laced pills. And the reason? Pretty much for life insurance. So let's get right into it. So, an Alabama chiropractor is accused of trying to kill his estranged wife by poisoning her with lead tainted vitamins and was released on bond last week, according to reports. Brian Mann, 34, was sprung on a $500,000 bail Friday on attempted murder charges for allegedly letting his wife, Hannah Petty, unwittingly ingest particles of lead while the couple were going through a divorce, according to court documents obtained by local network WHNT. As a result, PD24 spent 2 months recovering from lead poisoning at University of Alabama Birmingham Hospital. She filed for divorce in March, just days after she was discharged, according to the Hartselle Enquirer. And Mann, 34, was arrested in September. Mann allegedly told his wife that the pills he gave her from late summer 2021 through the winter of 2021-2022 would strengthen her immune system, according to filings by Pete's lawyer, Jerry Knight. Mann is also accused of holding five life insurance policies payable on his wife's death that had collective benefits of $1.3 million. And according to the Hartselle Enquirer, he allegedly also applied for two additional insurance policies in December worth $1.5 million payable on her death, which those were denied. And on Friday, a judge begrudgingly granted Mann's release from custody on a highly restrictive $500,000 bond so he could pay alimony and child support to his estranged wife and daughter. So much as a speeding ticket and he would be rearrested, Judge Charles Elias said, according to court documents. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of really sketchy stuff surrounding this because one, look, the life insurance thing is pretty much just from someone looking at this situation from the outside is yeah, you were planning on your wife to just kick the bucket, right? Because you don't get multiple policies on your wife while she's sick, right? Like, if you were to get insurance on your partner, it would have been planned. You guys would have talked about it, and it would have been like, okay, you know, you make $100,000 a year. Let's get a life insurance policy of 10 times that amount so that if anything were to happen to you, that is covered. I make $100,000 a year. Let's get the same type of policy on myself. Okay, and so forth, right? Or if you have a stay at home mom, or wife, or stay at home dad, whatever it is, you would kind of have to figure out how much it would cost to replace what that individual does for the household. And then you get 10 times that amount per year in life insurance, right? Because the thing is, life insurance is really only needed if you have a spouse or descendants that rely on your income or rely on what you do for them. In this situation, the only type of insurance that really should have existed is money to be taking care of the daughter, their kid, right? Especially since they were divorced or getting a divorce. It's just a really weird situation, and it's kind of the fact that he tried multiple times to increase the amount of life insurance on his wife at the time is just a telltale sign you are doing something really dark, really shady that is not okay. And here's the thing too. Depending on where you're located and how good of a business that you're running in terms of a chiropractor business, you could be making multiple six figures a year. So how bad must you be at your job, at your business or whatever, that you are resorting to end your wife by poisoning her so that you could get life insurance money? Like, what? Do you have like a gambling habit? Like, what on earth are you doing where you think that this is an option for you? Let's see. So, Man of Hartzell was originally released on a $500,000 bond following his September arrest, and as part of his bond, he was required to surrender his passport to ensure he would not flee the country. And when he failed to provide officials with his passport, he was taken back into custody. And according to WHNT, the passport still has not been turned over to officials. Elliott admitted at a hearing Wednesday that he was at a crossroads over the disturbing case. The longer Mann remained in jail, the longer his wife and daughter didn't receive his financial support. Mann is currently $8,000 behind on his payments, and the judge explained that he had to make a balanced decision that considered both the safety risk to the public by releasing Mann and Mann's wife and daughter being able to have food on the table, WHNT reported. And the couple's divorce proceedings have been put on hold until criminal proceedings are complete, according to court documents. Mann is also a defendant in a November 2020 malpractice lawsuit filed by a patient who claimed the chiropractor injured her during a visit, causing her severe back pain, incontinence, and an inability to walk. According to the Heart Cell Inquirer, the patient claims she was hospitalized and now has permanent back issues. Now, one thing is, I don't exactly know if this is like truly the case. Like, I always kind of like look at these malpractice lawsuits with like a grain of salt, because any patient can literally just make any accusation against any of these uh, medical professionals or professionals in general and try to sue them. Like, this is a very litigious country, and it's not hard for someone to end up suing another person. So this one I'll take with a grain of salt, but like his wife getting poisoned and him having multiple life insurance policies on her, eh, you know. Man will not be permitted to leave his home after 6 p.m. or before 8 a.m., and he will still have to spend every weekend in jail from 4 p.m. Friday afternoon until 8 a.m. Monday morning, per the conditions of his release. He must also wear an ankle monitor and is barred from speaking to his wife. He is also not permitted to drink alcohol and is subject to random drug screenings. A Mann's trial is expected to start on October 8th. But pretty much from what it seems like, it kind of seems like the judge is wanting any excuse to put him behind bars, at the same time giving him a slim window of like, okay, you can exist in the public realm just enough to try to make money, to put money or give money to basically your wife and kid, right? Like, basically doing like you're doing just enough to make sure that they can survive and no one really cares about you, kind of situation. So let's see some of these comments. Might as well keep this guy locked up. How many patients would actually pay him for services rendered since his arrest? Who knows? Nice that they don't refer to him as doctor in this article. Let's see. I don't think chiropractors are real doctors. They don't even have to go to medical school. Let's see. From a military veteran, the last time I went to see a chiropractor, I came out feeling worse than when I went in. There might be some good ones, but my first experience did not go well. Interesting. Let's see. Just get a divorce. You try to kill your wife, you partner in life by poisoning her, and you're supposed to heal people. Now your life and career is finished for what? Money. Like, he literally did this for money, right? Based from the life insurance policies alone, he did this for money, mainly. Let's see. And you're supposed to be intelligent. Blah 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 blah. Sometimes an illiterate person is even more intelligent than the educated one, thus, being uneducated does not mean being unintelligent. Education is also not common sense. Yeah. One man's wife is missing. This one was poisoned to die. Just shows men are tired of paying alimony the rest of their lives. Marriage breakups are mutual, caused by both parties, so get rid of the alimony penalties and these events disappear. Simple fix. Let's see, is the judge in this case actually that inept to believe there's even one person actually stupid enough to get treated by this guy that's charged with murder? Betcha since his release, this guy is rolling in the cash and actually caught up on his alimony and child support. Yeah, see, this is crazy. Like, the thing is, I mean, I don't know how this individual is really going to be making any money because who would really want to trust their body in the hands of someone who is willing to poison, allegedly, his wife? You know? It's a pretty crazy situation. I mean, I don't think he's going to be making any money. If he gets any clients, that'd be kind of shocking. His wife definitely needs to monitor her health pretty often because who knows how much lasting effects the lead poisoning would do to her. And by the way, if your spouse just pretty much randomly starts, I don't know, massively boosting your life insurance, just yours, not theirs, yours, be a little bit worried. Like, something doesn't really seem right about this situation.